Neukölln is an inner-city locality of Berlin in the homonymous borough of Neukölln, including the historic village of Rixdorf and numerous Gründerzeit apartment blocks. The Ortsteil is densely settled with a population of 154,127 inhabitants and is the most populated one of Berlin. It is characterized by a high percentage of immigrants, especially of Turkish and Russian descent. In the past few years, northern Neukölln, frequently known as Kreuzkölln, has undergone a transformation and has seen a huge influx of students and artists as the area becomes increasingly popular. Geography overview: the locality is situated in the north of the Neukölln borough, adjacent to Kreuzberg at the Landwehr Canal. It also borders with Ortsteil, Planterwald and Baumschulenweg in the east and Tempelhof in the west, separated by the vast field of the former Tempelhof Airport. In the south, the Stadtring motorway forms the border with the Brits locality. The Sonderli, connecting Neuköllner Terminplatz with Baumschulenweg in former East Berlin, was the site of a border crossing of the Berlin Wall, perpetuated by the 1999 Sonderli comedy film. Subdivision: Neukölln counts 3 zones: Böhmisch Rixdorf, Kölnisch Heide, Rixdorf. History: when first mentioned in 1360, the village southeast of Berlin, around the present-day Richardplatz, was called Richardsdorf and owned by the Order of St. John, hence the coat of arms of the current city borough bears the Maltese cross. It may have been the site of a former stronghold erected by the dissolved Knights Templar at neighboring Tempelhof. In 1737, King Frederick William I of Prussia allowed about 350 Moravian Protestants expelled from Bohemia to settle in the area, then called Rixdorf. They built their own church and houses off the village centre along the road to Berlin, today called Richardstrasse. This new Bohemian village was granted its own constitution in 1797. In the course of industrialization in the 19th century, a network of new streets was laid out in the Hobrecht plan in an area that came to be known, architecturally, as the Wilhelmine Ring. In 1863, a Turkish cemetery was laid out north of Rixdorf, the successor of a smaller burial ground in Kreuzberg established in 1798 for the Turkish members of the Prussian army. It contains the mortal remains of the Ottoman ambassador Giritli Ali Aziz Effendi, the exiled Grand Vizier Mehmed Talat and Bafhatan Sakir. When both parts of the village were reunited in 1874, the place had 8,000 inhabitants, growing to 15,000 the next year. On May 1, 1899, Rixdorf, then the largest village of Prussia, received the status of an independent city and had become notorious for its taverns and amusement sites. In 1912, the local authorities tried to get rid of this reputation by assuming the current name derived from the Old Köln part of medieval Berlin, an attempt that ultimately failed. Nevertheless, it was during this time when the architect Reinhold Kiel was called on by the local council to upgrade the city's infrastructure. This has led to some of the area's most iconic buildings being erected, such as the Rathaus Neukölln of the Stadtbad Neukölln. Neukölln's independence ended in 1920 when it was incorporated into Greater Berlin. From 1945 to 1990, it was part of the American sector of West Berlin. Main sites: Rixdorf Village Church, consecrated in 1481, adopted by the Moravian Protestants in 1737, officially called Bethlehem Church since 1912. Sefhitlik Mosque, on the Turkish cemetery, finished in 2005 by the Turkish Islamic Union for Religious Affairs. Neuköllner Opera House, where you can see from musicals to Baroque opera or operetta, experimental music theatre. Famous for its aim to bring elitist culture to a wider audience. Transportation.
U-Bahn U7, U-Rudau left right arrow S plus U-Rathaus Spandau. U8, S plus U-Hermanus DR, left right arrow S plus U-Wittlenau S-Bahn S4, S-Südkreuz S plus U-Gesundbrunnen S-Südkreuz. S45, S plus U-Hermannstrasse left right arrow S Flughafen Berlin-Schönefeld. S46, S West End left right arrow S Königs Wusterhausen. S47, S Spindlersfeld left right arrow S Südkreuz. People who live or lived in Neukölln: Sebastian Blomberg, actor; Ursula Goetze, resistance fighter; Heinz Chappell, politician and resistance fighter; Kurt Kromer, presenter, actor and entertainer; Will Meisel, composer and publisher; Werner Seelenbinder, wrestler, politician and the resistance; Katharina Silinsky, singer, sculptor; Emil Vudsky, trade unionists and local politician; Engelbert Zaschka, inventor and helicopter pioneer. Photo gallery. International relations. Berlin-Neukölln is a pilot city of the Council of Europe and the European Commission Intercultural Cities Programme.